What's going on, all you gamers? Today we're back with a little bit more Dying Light 2, and what we're going to be covering is a nice easy way in which you can gear up and get some of the best, if not the best pieces of gear in the game with those artifact gear sets like the Brawler and Ranger. So if you're trying to gear up, trying to get a little bit stronger, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back, you guys and girls. As always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon? I'll bring you all the latest and greatest in hints, tips, guides and builds, and just some fun gameplay and reviews of upcoming games, such as obviously Dying Light 2, which I'm covering now, and in the future Elden Ring and many more. But for the moment, I'm going to tell you how you can get your hands on, and what I believe is probably the easiest way to get the best items in the game. So what you're going to need to do, first off, you won't be able to do it from the very beginning of the game, but very close after that you're going to go into kind of an open world bit, and you're going to end up just over here in the kind of area called Trinity. What you're going to do is you're going to make your way towards this one, which is part of a quest chain anyway, and it's the bazaar. And what you're going to do is, if I quickly show you, you're going to just gear your character up and make him really top notch quite early on. There are a few things that you're going to need to do in order to do this, but as you can see here, he's pretty chock-a-blocked, and I'm only like a few hours into the campaign, but I have done a bit of exploring and such. But I have managed to find all of this artifact stuff, and this one just over here, artifact one-handed buccaneer machete. Now all of these, the weapons and the armour in the game, all have randomised rolls on them, and the loot within the game is randomised as well. So what you'll find in one place, you're not going to find every single time, it's going to be randomly rolled, pretty much down to a bit of luck, and you may well not get any of the rolls that you want on it. So for example, you may not even find the actual set piece you're after. I've gone pretty much all Brawler, as you can see, because I'm going to be going a bit of a one-handed beast. The only one that I haven't changed over yet is this one right here, because I picked it up a little bit earlier and I just can't be bothered to swap it out, to be perfectly honest. But if I wanted all 6 to be Brawler, it would mean that I'm going to have some crazy damage and really be good with those single-handed weapons. So that's all well and good knowing that, but how do you manage to actually get them? Well, this is the best way that I've found so far, because in the open world they are ridiculously rare. And like I said, the rolls might not be anything what you're after. I mean, even if you do pick a few of them up, if you were going for a really close range build and you picked up ranger gear for example, it's not going to help you. This fella right here is going to be your port of call in order to get all of the best things in the game. Anywhere else you can do it as well, but you're going to need a vendor. This guy sells everything you need, and he's one of the better ones, especially for the early game. What we're going to do is click on him and have a little look for his wares. Now if we pop down, so he's got a nice legendary or artifact, consumable, and he's got a medic cap which is artifact as well. If you're looking at the number up the top there, it's only a level 2 because my character's level 2, so don't worry about that, that will level up as you do. So if you wanted to do this a little bit later on to get slightly stronger stats about yourself or a bit more armour, then you very well could. If you want to do it at 1 or 2, you can do that as well. As you can see, as we're making our way through, you've got the blues, you've got the purples, but we're mainly after is obviously the golds, which are the artifacts ones. So say for example we didn't have anything you were after and you're pretty disheartened, what you're going to do is you're going to bop straight up here, nice and easy, and we are just going to go over and have a little kip. And this is the thing that I didn't realise until I was actually making this video. I thought his stock refreshed every single time in the morning, so I was doing it twice. It actually refreshes whenever you rest. So these vendors are a bit hardcore, and apparently they get deliveries at all manner of hours. But it's still very good to know that I don't have to double tap it, I can just come down each time. Make your way straight back down and click on him again. When he's got the weapons, I'd highly suggest looking for one that you can kind of buy if you've got the money back yourself extra, because they're really good, they've got a lot more durability, and obviously they've got the free slots. So if we pop all the way down again, and now we've got the trainers. So if we wanted these ones and we wanted the medic and they had the stats on that we want, then you'd pick them up. If they've got red stats, that usually means they're pretty bad. Green stats means they're at the top tier, meaning the more green ones you got, you'll probably want to pick them up. The only time it's slightly different is if it's a negative one, saying that it's going to affect your stamina negatively, because that's good, because you don't want extra stamina taken off when you do your swings and such. You can do this to your heart's desire and just go up, start again, have another rest, make your way all the way back down again, and like I said, every single time you rest, it's going to change over its stock. And I have never seen that before in my life. That looks amazing. I might have to go and make some money and buy that. So a barbarian artifact longsword. That just looks awesome. Right, I'm going to have to buy that. But yeah, so having a little look through these, as you can see, you can get some crazy stuff turn up, but just work out what you're going for. So if you're going for that long range, you're going to be going for the ranger. So try and get that about yourself, and then you'll probably want a bow. If you want a bit better healing as such, if there are any, let's have a little look. There we go. If you're going about healing, then you're going to get health regeneration and such. That's on the medic class. If you are going to be going for the tanky type, which I've just gone past, then that's going to be over here, and it's going to have damage for two-handed weapons. A lot of the stats are going to be randomised, but the actual gear sets will always have, I think it's just one actually, but they're always going to have a bit about themselves to do with that class. So for example, with a tank, like I said, it's going to be two-handed weapons. With the Brawler over here, it's going to be your one-handed weapons. So it looks like it's pretty much always at the very bottom of the specs. They're the ones that's class specific. But yeah, all in all, make sure you do that, roll them as many times as you want, make sure it's got the actual stats on that you're after. Perfect stats will have many greens, not perfect stats in most occasions will have reds. Another thing which I hit on, which was money, where I've ran out of it, but if you do need to make money, don't worry, in this game there's quite a few ways to make money. So if you're thinking, oh that's great, but it's 1,379, I'm never going to make that, I am going to have a guide out tomorrow that's got the best 3 ways that I've found so far in order to make that money, and you'll be able to get a complete gear set of all of this stuff within about an hour, I'd say, give or take. If they do decide to change this in the future, which they may well do with a patch, they might make it so that it's real world timer on the actual clock for the shops. If they do that, I still think this will probably be the best way to gear up. All you'll have to do, in fact, would just be to kind of rotate the stores, go to every region once you've unlocked them a little bit later on, and check all of the vendors to see what ones they've got for that artifact status, and try and get them that way. So yeah, definitely worth looking at. Hit that subscribe and bell if you want to see more Dying Light content or more Xbox stuff coming up. But for now, take care. I'll see you on next day.